Good morning here, YouTube people. What is going on with you all today? Hey, I'm over here in my normal area, and I'm feeling real good. Nothing could be finer. Anyway, I wanted to come to you with a video about the broken heart. Ever since I can remember, which would be 4 or 5 years old, I've heard of people passing away from having a broken heart. Like, sometimes people hear of old people, and you have like grandma and grandpa, and grandpa passes away, and, a couple months later, grandma passes away too, and vice versa. It really astonishes me about the capacity of people that actually die from having a broken heart. And I know a few of them personally. And it doesn't even have to be an old person. Just people that, they consider their other half being the best and the only one for them in their life. And for whatever reason, they may not be together. And, it could do with passing, but it could also do with something else, People, they grow tired of other people. Sometimes people just don't want to be in a relationship, yet they paint a picture as if they do. And, they act like they do and this and that. And then when it comes right down to it, they don't. They just were, playing foolish games and things like that, and just running you through the mud and talking behind your back all the time. And, they never really, really wanted to have that, all in, ride or die type relationship. They just didn't want it. But they never let you in on it. I myself have been in those types of relationships, and I can honestly say that I don't believe that I ever will be in a situation like that again. You just have to understand and look for what the red flags are in your life, and how people can, throw up them red flags towards you, where you just need to, regardless of how you feel about that person, you just need to let them go, because they're not going to change, and if they do change, it's going to be a while from now. Do you have that kind of time in your life? That's the questions you have to ask yourself. Don't put all of your apples into one basket, only to find out that one basket has a big hole in it and all the apples are going to fall out of it. That's the best way that I could describe this to you, because I know people that have wasted years, I'm talking years of time, on one person, and only to find out that they didn't even have the same feelings that you had. But yet and still, they wanted to make some kind of noise as if they did. And you just got to roll with the punches. There is some kind of telltale signs about it. You just have to listen deeply. Don't ignore the telltale signs, because they're all there. The signs are all there. You just have to read into them well. When you get it down and you read into it the way that you should understand that. Some people, they just like to trap you. back before I was born, up till right now. I know men that tried to trap women with a baby. You know, they get you pregnant, you have the baby, blah, blah, blah. I know there's a lot of people say, well, you could have an abortion and that. There are some countries, like my own, that you can do that, but there are other countries that you cannot do that. So the guy ends up trapping the woman with a baby. And, well, you can't go nowhere. You got a baby by me, blah, 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 blah. And that's it, you know. Then the woman, maybe she decides to lie and say she don't have no kids and this and that. People will find out. So always be upfront and truthful when it comes to something like that. But anyways, getting back to broken hearts. I know of 5 people in my life that have actually died from having a broken heart. You know, this one guy I know, his wife was cheating. Now, I never told him that because I didn't know that for sure. I had heard from the grapevine, of course, that she was cheating. And, yeah, that all might have been fine and true and great and whatever. I'm sorry, people are... They know me so much, you know, people go by and honk at me, wave at me, and everything else trying to get my attention. But nevertheless, to get back on the story, I had heard from the grapevine, but I'm not one to spread gossip to other people. You know, I am a good friend. Now, if I know this to be a fact, like if I saw them together and blah, 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 and you're supposed to be with somebody else, yes, as a friend, I believe it's your duty to tell your friend, hey, she's running around with somebody else, okay? But I didn't know that to be a factor. So if I was going to just come out of the box and say something because I overheard it, that is not really what I choose to do because it becomes gossip. I did not know that it was true, so I did not say anything. Nevertheless, he found out about it, so he followed up on it. I mean, he didn't go on the Cheater Show or something like that, but he found out about it. He actually looked into it, and he followed the girl to a hotel, and she met a guy there, and blah, blah, blah. Next thing you know, he knows about it, right? So he didn't say nothing about it right away, and about 2 or 3 weeks after he saw that, and he saw a few other things, he decided not to, you know, say anything to her. And then after this period of time, he finally confronted her because he followed her somewhere, and she went with this guy, and they thought they were getting away with it. And he walked up on her, and she just gave him this, you know, crazy story about this, and that, and how she wasn't really interested in him like she had said originally. And he said, you could have just told me that. I would have let you go. But he put every single ounce of energy into this woman. And almost 4 months later, he passed away. It was crazy. I was like, what? And it was unexplainable. The guy was 52 at the time. He's 2 years younger than me. So, you know, I'm 58 now. So he would be 56. But he passed away. And I just did not understand that. But they said he died of natural causes. Well, that's not a natural cause. But you could get yourself so much into it where you have so much stress and anxiety and things like that, and you just keep replaying the same old record, and, you know, crying and doing whatever it is you're going to do until you just worry yourself to death. And worry and stress and anxiety are the number one killers of people, even though we're not actually told that. They say a car accident, getting hit by lightning, blah, 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 blah. But, stress is the number one killer of people. So if you're stressed out in any way, shape, or form, you need to do something about that. I know it's hard to do. It's the most difficult thing in the world to do, especially if you put all of your energy into one person. This is why I say what I say, and this is why I did what I did, okay? Number one, I didn't feel like it was cheating to be contacting several women on the internet. I didn't. I was getting to know all of them and trying to make my decision at that point when I felt it was time. Lots of guys, they meet one woman, 6, 7, 8 months later, chatting with them and stuff. They want to go and meet them and blah, 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 blah. But it's not always the best thing to do. It's not. So I wanted to get to know several women and, actually find out which one was the best fit for me. Of course, I made the wrong decision when I did, and, it ended up falling apart after a few months, And it was my fault because I did not... I think I cut off other women too soon. I should have stuck with them and found out more about them and talked more with them. Now, most of the ones that I was chatting with, they're married. They got married right after I left from them. And kudos to them. I wish them the very best, And probably so, it was probably the best thing for them not to get involved with me at that time. Because I really needed to see some things for myself. And I actually see them now. And I've become a lot different of a guy. I'm not like I used to be. I'm really not. So, I have changed by leaps and bounds. I couldn't even explain to you how much that I have changed. But I have. Trust me, I have. Anyway, I just wanted to get into this about people dying of a broken heart. And this is why I have the Unbreakable Heart YouTube channel, because it's a good thing to understand where people are coming from and who puts the most effort and energy into you. If it's the wrong people, it's something you can change on a frequency basis. Because if you continue to go out there and you're not a changed person, the same type of people that you attract are going to keep coming back into your energy, into your light, into your frequency. You will attract the same kind of person. So it's better for you, because it don't have nothing to do with anybody else. You are you. Only you can change that. If you change how you appear things, how you handle things, and that, then the people that used to be attracted to you will not even look attractive to you. The ones that are attracted to you will no longer be attractive to you. You understand what I just said? If they think that you're the most handsome, beautiful person on earth, but they're negative and toxic and everything else that's bad, they will no longer be that in your life if you change. If you change, you'll become a totally different person where you'll see them and they'll be like, blah, 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 blah. Like I said with the gold digger video, gold diggers will not search for you if you're in a higher frequency, if you look at things in a different manner. They might try to come across to you, but they won't be attractive to you. They might be attracted to you. They might think, oh man, he's handsome, he's got a lot of money, he's this, he's that. But you will not be attracted to them. And so you will automatically shut that door, and there won't be a possibility of them even opening the door to find out what you're all about. Because gold diggers and the like, toxic people, these types of folks, they prey on the weak. And if you change yourself, you become a lot stronger to where it's impossible for them to break through that exterior. It's impossible. It's like you having 1,000 guards standing around you and they cannot break through that. There's just no way. So you have to first change your life, and then the people that are right for you will start coming through that door. Anyways, I want you to know that I love you. I love you right there. Love yourself. Love my Father God, and by all means, love each other, people. Until the next time, love, peace, and soul.